Hey everybody, I wanted to tell you about a presentation I listened in on today, and it was from Francis Jones. I'm including him in this post because he spoke to us about story branding, and in it he described how we should include stories in our marketing materials. Now, as he described it, he positioned the prospect, the person in our story, as the hero. We're writing and positioning the people we want to sell to as the heroes, the protagonists, the one that has a problem, and it's a problem they're struggling to overcome. Now, up until then, the story branding idea just sounded, obvious. But what ended up happening next is he started talking about the role that we play as both the writer of the story and the person wanting to sell. So he started talking about good stories. If you think about movies like, let's say, Star Wars, you have Luke Skywalker in the original Star Wars with Obi-Wan Kenobi. He gets a guide, and the guide is not someone that overshadows the hero in the story. They're the sidekick. They're the person that provides wisdom, provides guidance, expertise, and makes the hero a better person than they were when the story started. Take someone else. I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones. You have Daenerys Targaryen. I have a hard time with the name. The famous Khaleesi, and she's the one that wants to be, the sitting on the Iron Throne. And she's got the guy who nobody remembers his name, the guy named Jorah, who's the older guy who stands with her from the beginning. She's young, he's older, he had relationships professionally with the father, and he's the one guiding her along the way. And again, he never overshadows the hero, but he provides insight, gives him guidance. And as a result, Daenerys or Khaleesi is a better person towards the end of the story than she was at the beginning. And the role that we need to play as the person selling something, or as the person who's the expert in what we do, is we need to be the guide. We cannot be the hero of the story. We can't start talking about us, because before you know it, the story becomes about the guide. And who wants to have a story about, the Obi-Wan Kenobis, the Yodas? We want to hear about the hero, and we want to get bought into the hero's story. And that guide has to play the role of the guide. So as we write our stories in our marketing materials, we have to kind of see ourselves in that guide role, and how do we become that sidekick so that, our prospect continues reading the story, gets engaged, can really relate and root for themselves and say, hey, I can't do what I need to do. I can't overcome the struggles I'm facing without a good guide. The sensei, the wise old person. Now that I got the gray beard, I'm playing that role. And so that was really something that stuck with me. Those of you that follow me know that I write a lot. I record a lot of video, Facebook Lives like this one. And this one really stuck with me. I hadn't really seen that as an overt way to describe the role I play in our marketing materials. I think I do that to some extent, but thinking of myself as the guide in the story is just a really interesting way to see it, and I think a better way to write stories and marketing materials that keep people engaged, involved in the story, and away from hitting the button to click over to do something else. So hope this helps you out. It certainly helped me. Take care.